here. Today I've got two power designs for No Man's Sky. One you can see on the screen right now, but first, let's make this one. Of course, the first thing you got to do is find the hotspot. Select your cube and get it close to the centre of the hotspot as possible. Then place cubes on top of that cube until you get to the height that you wish. Remembering that the bottom of the star will be 3 cubes down, so leave the top 3 cubes and delete all of the ones below except for the bottom one. Now select a power inverter switch and rotate it into position like I am doing so now. I could have moved it back a little bit to get it more exact to the middle. Now pull a wire from one end to the other. Now you can delete the inverter, leaving the wire behind. Now repeat the same process for the top. At this point you can delete the top and bottom cubes and replace them with pyramids. I decided I needed a little bit of extra scaffolding, just in case. Now I've selected the electromagnetic generator. I switched over to the wire menu. I know it's difficult to see, but I'm using the cursor to centre it in the middle. I'm also using the circle of the torch light to centre it as well. And then I hit the wire and place buttons at the same time. I'm going to repeat that process for each of the sides. Reposition the camera so you don't pick up that connector point at the back. On the final side, the wire showed itself, making my life a little bit easier. Now wire up the 4 generators to make life easier later on. Still having the generator selected, move your cursor to the connector point to the top wire that you did earlier and hit the wire and place buttons at the same time. Let's repeat the same process for the cube. Remembering to wire them up at each stage. Unlike the old method, when you delete the cube, it might take some things with it, like it's just done right now. Now you know why I created that spare cube earlier, so let's put the cube back. Put a pyramid at the bottom. Replace the missing generator. And delete the excess scaffolding. Let's wire glitch generators to the pyramid at the bottom. If you want a quick reminder, simply select the item, go into the wire menu and hit place and wire at the same time. Let's wire up the 4 we've just done before we do the last one. Find the wire that you did earlier at the bottom. Use Banjo's wire glitch by highlighting the connector point and hitting the wire and place button at the same time. Let's pull a wire to the ground and place a battery. And as you can see, not all the generators are connected, So here comes the hardest bit of the entire build. Walking your way through this maze of connector points trying to find each layer of generators so they're all connected so you get your maximum power. Not sure if I got them all, but the end result does look quite good. Let's move on to the next one. I'm using concrete walls, you don't have to, I'm just using it for demonstration purposes. And the pattern it creates, it's easy to follow, but once you've got to your desired height, select a floor panel, go into the wire menu, place the wire against the wall, and hit the wire and place button at the same time. Delete the walls, including the one at the back, select the garage door and place it as so, select a floor panel, green state it, then hit place and wire button at the same time, pull the wire to the garage door, connect it, remove that floor panel, now green state it again, then repeat Beeble's reverse wire glitch by hitting the place and wire button at the same time, connect it to the bottom of the angled wire, delete the garage door and the angled wire, select the connector point at the top and glitch a floor panel there, place a floor panel at the bottom, green state a floor panel to the left, hit the wire and place button at the same time, pull the wire to the top connector point and then hit wire and place at the same time. Place two triangles as so. Now you're going to use the same methods again for the bottom triangle off both three sides. Once you've done the bottom triangle, you can delete it and repeat that process for the remaining triangle. Once that's done, you can delete that triangle and start placing floor panels all the way around. Now we move on to probably the hardest glitch in the game. You are going to have a high failure rate. Even my failure rate for this glitch is quite high. But to do the adjacency glitch, you green state the item and hit the cycle and place button at the same time. Okay, let's do the adjacency glitch again. Green state the item and hit the cycle and place button at the same time. I know some people add a slight delay depending on the controller. And as I said earlier, don't be too worried about the failure rate. It is quite high on this one. But you're basically going to repeat the adjacency all the way around. And if you wish, you can delete those floor panels. That's the last adjacency done. We can delete the rest of those floor panels. And this is a very good point to go and make a save. And the reason for the save is we've got to delete those panels in the middle, leaving the wire behind. If you accidentally delete the wire, you'll have to reload. Select a floor panel, go into the wire menu, select the connector point, and hit place and wire at the same time. Place a small floor panel as so, delete the large floor panel and push it back half a step. Place a wall and the edge at the center. Select the large floor panel, go into the wire menu. If the wire connector point is highlighted like this, move your camera so the wire connector point is no longer highlighted. Carefully line it up, then hit the place and wire button at the same time. And you should have something exactly like this. Now you can delete the scaffolding, including the wire. Now we're going to recreate another circle 90 degrees to the previous one. And as we've already covered that in this tutorial, I will mainly focus on the sticking points that you will encounter making this second circle. At the top and bottom of the second circle, you will encounter snap point conflicts. With the first circle scaffolding out of the way, which will make your life a lot easier when you adjacency in the second circle. Once that's in place, you can simply bring the scaffolding back down. That's the last bit of adjacency done. Let's bring the scaffolding at the bottom back up and move on to the next stage. I want the generators to face outwards. That's why I'm placing the light panels as so, with the red blinky bit in the inside. If you want the generators to go inwards, just have the red blinky light facing outwards. Also take note of the black line direction on the other side, as that's also a very useful guide. And as you can see, I didn't need those outer light panels. Like earlier, the top and bottom are going to be an issue for snap points, so deal with the junction point as soon as you can, making sure the light panels are facing the correct direction. And as you can see here, I'm still going to have snap point issues. Let's move it further, making sure the light panels stay in the correct direction. So when I bring it back in like I'm doing now, it makes my life a lot easier. Oh, at the end, make sure the electrical symbols are facing the direction you want them to. Now we've got the junction point at top and bottom done, we can carry on placing the light panels all the way around. That's the last light panel in place. It should look something like this. Before moving on to the next stage, make a save. In fact, make the two types of save. Delete all the scaffolding, leaving behind the light panels. Now it's time to use Banjo's wire glitch, and I would start at the junction points. Remember, to do Banjo's wire glitch, you select the item, go into the wire menu, select the connector point, and hit wire in place at the same time. When you get to the junction points, make sure you select the correct connector point. Oh, a side note, you can use the scaffolding here to glitch a different item rather than just the power, and I'm sure the results will be just as amazing. That's the last power generator in place. Let's make a save. And very carefully delete the light floor panels, especially at the point where the two circles meet. That's the last floor panel carefully deleted, and there's how it looks in the end. Not bad at all. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button, or on the bell thingy. And of course, thank you for watching. See you all later.